Did I scare you? Oh, come on. I'm sure I scared you. So look at this. Happy Halloween, everyone. I just wanted to share with you 2 Halloween inventions I came up with years ago to do something truly unique for Halloween and have kind of a really cool costume. So first I'll show you this pumpkin head that lights up. Then I'll show you this Wizzard Staff that I made. So this pumpkin head, I just wanted to do something really cool, have some fun that night. And Halloween years ago, maybe it was 8 years ago. So I made this kind of a last minute, this glowing pumpkin head. And what I would do is put this head on. I'd walk around downtown wearing all black. Even my hands and my shoes were covered in black. And you could see this head just floating around in the dark. And I'd stand in the alleyways or stand in front of people's cars or just walk around following people. Wouldn't say a word. And it would just scare the bejesus out of them because it was just freaky. And I wouldn't say anything. And with this on my head, I was around 7 feet tall. So it was just a massive, massive little costume. So that was lots of fun. Looking inside, what I have is I made this last minute. There's hot glue all over holding this together. So I have a Subway cup on the top that would stay on top of my head. I have an old t-shirt that I cut up. The mesh part of an old ball cap down at the bottom so I could see through. There's wires held in place with hot glue, 2 AA batteries, and a flashlight bulb on the top. And I even managed to put a switch in there just so it's easier to turn on and off, scare people. So that was a really fun thing to do. And people knew me around that night as the freaky pumpkin head following everyone around. So that was really cool. Now another thing I did was make this Wizzard Staff. I had a big party to go to and I wanted to have a really cool item with me. So I dressed as a wizard and I made a staff. And this staff is completely self-contained and it has a plasma globe on top. So look at this. Bam. Plasma globe. It's pretty neat. So, neat thing about this is I went to the store, bought the cheapest plasma globe I could get. This is a glass one, actually. Got the cheap plasma globe, so if I took it apart and it turns out I couldn't put it back together, or I broke it, I wouldn't feel quite as bad. I have PVC parts. This is a PVC pipe right here. I have some larger PVC pipe at the top. This is actually a thick rubber coupling. Now, I had to have this rubber coupling here because there's high voltage going through all this right here. If my hand was too close, I would actually leak off some of the current or the voltage to my hand, either get a zap or it would leak off so much voltage to myself, the ground, that I wouldn't get a lot of plasma up top in the globe. This is an old acrylic ornament that I modified to hold all the electronics. That was the tricky thing about this, is making sure the electronics could work. To drive it off AA batteries, there's 8 in the shaft down here, and also to make sure that I could get the electronics in this globe far enough away. I didn't want it to look cheesy like I just put a plasma globe and a base on top of a stick, so I had to do that. And you can see right here there's some wire here. This is actually wire that I use in my sculptures. Since I had the capability to use it, I may as well do that. So there you go. This again was one of those kind of quick builds, so there's still stuff you can see, electrical tape on it and other things, but tell you what, when you make Halloween costumes, it's dark when you go with these things, so it really doesn't matter. It's really, especially with light up things, when it's dark and the lights are on, who cares? It looks really cool. So there you go, plasma globe. The other cool thing about this is that being someone that's 6 feet 4 inches tall and kind of a big guy, you just can't find costumes that are good enough to fit you. So I actually had to stitch together my own costume. Show you some pictures of it. And I had to stitch it together, made my own pattern, pulled out the sewing machine, and actually looked pretty good. So there you go, 2 Halloween inventions, lots of fun. So you guys still have time left. Come up with a great idea, put it together really quick, hot glue, whatever you can find around the house, make something really unique, and have a great, safe, and happy Halloween. And we'll see you again. Ooh, subscribe.